Good morning, everyone. Once again, I would like to introduce myself first. I am Loretta Malyara from BEd 2 and with my co-reporters later on. And today we're going to open up a new topic, which is the science education in the Philippines. This is lesson 3. So, this topic aims to develop a more educational science in education. So Philippines is trying its best to promote the state of science education in our country. So this study, we will discuss the concept of science education and identify the school establishes to promote science education. So it is also to encourage those students to pursue their career in science and technology and at the same time to ensure their potential skills. So first, let's discuss what is the concept of science. So the concept of science focuses on teaching, learning, and understanding science education. So this is something that if you are not understand the concept, you need to learn. But if you can learn the concept, if there is no someone you will that is going to teach you what is this all about. So in overall scenario, we need someone or experts to teach what is the concept talks about. So in terms of teaching, involves also developing ways on how to teach effectively. So how are we going to teach effectively? Because since we are the future educators, we know how to teach some concept or topic on how to effectively teach. So we have to find some ways or some strategies on how to come up with some interactive or engaging activities. So in terms of finding some strategies or to make your discussions more interactive, that is what we call a pedagogy. So really science on the other hand includes both pedagogy and most interesting aspect. So in this case, the more your discussions more interactive and engaging, it's easy for your students to understand and to love the science education, the science subject. So you will going to require students with some activities related or some into real scenario. So in order for your students to understand and to relate sa ilang gustong ipasabot nga concept sa ila. According to John Dewey, the proponent of learning by doing, 2000, he stressed the importance of utilizing a natural environment to teach students. So way back in our early education, nasa mga elementary or high school days, our teacher often required us to related into utilizing the environment, such as how to proper waste disposal. Let's say, for example, they were going to require some students to put the basura in non-biodegradable or the non-biodegradable, or else some teachers also required students to have a tree planting. So in order for the students, expose sila into a real world scenario. So mas makatabang siya in our environment as well. So science education also, in learning science education, it also provides a skills and knowledge. So mas ayos ang in terms of learning in science education. Let's say for example in our professional doctors, nurse, engineering, and other profession related to the science field. Is it because let's say sa doctor, they have the skills on what medicine they will going to treat on patient, and also they have a knowledge on how to handle the patients. So in that case, mas nag-expose ang kanilang benefits sa science education. So to live in what 1986 is described as the age of science and all to develop citizenry that will meet the goals of science in the society. So, ganina, it's really beneficial in mas in terms of basic learnings, mas dira nila makutak ang mga basic nga kanang mga ginbato nila sa ilang level. Like say for example, in planting trees, nga mas importante nowadays in terms of climate change. So, the next important will discuss the basic education.
So, let us now proceed to science education in basic education and tertiary education. So, when we say basic education, this includes kindergarten to grade 12. Their aim is to help students learn important concepts and facts that are related to their daily lives. Like for example, how plants grow, what food to eat that have a nutrition and vitamins, and why climate change time by time. So specifically, their main focus is all about learning and fact of students. So they are not just focused only in facts, but they are help students develop their important skills, like such as process skills, critical thinking skills, and life skills. Furthermore, wala lang sila nakafocus sa facts and important skills. Nag-help sila sa students na i-develop ilang positive attitude, such as the love for knowledge, passion for innovative things, curiosity to study about nature and creativity. So, na may sayings nga nabasa, according to Socrates, nga the more you learn, the more you realize that you know nothing. So, the more ka ma-engage sa science education is the more ka mag-wonder, the more ka mag-question, the more ka mag-research para matubag doon yung pangutana. So, kana ka sign is maayo na siya na sign para sa imong maayo na siya para sa better foundation sa imong career. So, para throughout ang experience is mold ka para magiging scientifically literate ka to become, para makatabang ka sa society or sa atong country someday. So, in tertiary education, science education deals with developing students' understanding and appreciation of science ideas and scientific works. So, science ideas is more on theory, while scientific works is more on application. So, this is done through offering basic science courses in general education curriculum. So, dito sa SPAMAS is nag-offer sila of BSN Science for training students to become a future educator, and also naapod sila diri environmental science. So, para ma-motivate ang mga students nga maningkamot, not for the sake nga makapasar lang, gina-offeran sila scholarship para ma-motivate ang student. Then, maningkamot sila nga makapasar o makatungtong sila sa standard sa average. In conclusion, ang basic and tertiary education is nag-play siya crucial role sa atong society and sa students. Kaya not only nga knowledgeable enough ang student, but also dapat capable sila nga mo-solve sa real-world situation nga problem.
So let's proceed to the science schools in the Philippines. So let's proceed to the science school in the Philippines. So let's have first the Philippine Science High School System. So Philippine Science High School System is a government program which is intended for those students who have the abilities in the field of subject is science and mathematics. So Philippine Science High School is a service institute of Department of Science and Technology, or what we call the DOS, whose mandate to offer free scholarships to those students based on secondary courses, and also emphasize subject pertaining to science or mathematics, and also have the end view of preparing their students in the field of science career. So, do you all know that PSHS is under the DOSC and not under the Ed curriculum. So they have also their own curriculum, which is known for have a challenging curriculum, and they're also known for being active participated in terms of international and national competitions such as Mathira, Mathibay, Kapnayan, and other international quizzes or competitions that include science and mathematics. So, the PSS has their own vision of their school. So the vision of their school is to develop Filipino scholars to have a scientific mind, and performance or passion for the excellence. Now let's proceed to the history of the Philippine Science High School system. So the history of Philippine Science High Schools. So Philippine Science High School is under the Republic Act 3661, which is signed by the 9th President, which is Justado Macapagal, authored by the Congressman Virgilio Afable. So sila yung mga taong nasa likod kung bakit na-build ang Philippine Science High School system. And this is under the Section 2 of Republic Act 3661. So in 1964, September 5, 1964, the school was opened in a rented building. So it is so dili ba siya totally na main campus na ang naunsa. So in the year 1964, built pa siya but in a rented building. In 1979, the school was relocated to its present campus. So in 1979, the school was relocated to its campus, which is in Quezon City, and we called it the Diliman. And in 1986, February 5, 1986, the Philippine Science High School Mindanao and Visayas campus were created through Executive Order number 1090. So by this, mano siya ang katulang coexist nga 4 campuses, which is first ang main campus, which is ang katong sa Quezon, the Diliman campus, the main campus. And the second one is the Eastern Visayas campus. The third one is the Western Visayas campus. And the last one is the Southern Mindanao campus. Now in 2001, the Philippine Science High School System Law was further amended in Republic Act 1963. So diri sa 2001, amended na siya na through sa tanang region, dapat in every region na may 1 campuses sa Philippine Science High School. And by that, 3 years later, before atong na-amend siya nga katong 4 existing campuses, 3 years before nag-exist na ang so na-amend na siya through sa Republic Act na 1963, which is sa tibuok region, dapat ang bawat region is naanay 1 campuses sa Philippine Science High School. And by that, 2016, up until now, Philippines have 16 campuses were established around the country. So 2016 up until now, the Philippine Science High School has 16 campuses in the country. In conclusion, the Philippine Science High School prepared students on their careers in science and technology, and as well as contributes to nation building by helping the country to attain the critical mass of professional leaders in science, in terms of science and technology.
Special Science Elementary School or SSES project. So Special Science Elementary Schools or SSES project initiated in 2007 with 57 identified schools. So the SSES project is in pursuance to DepEd Order Number 73, 2008 and DepEd Order Number 51, 2010. So this project started in June 2007 with 57 identified elementary schools that participated or were identified as science elementary schools in the country. SSES project has grown to over 60 schools nationwide and it's 6 years of implementation. So the SSES project is nag-expand or nag-grow siya over 60 schools nationwide because sa iyahang ka-effective na project within 6 years of implementation. SSES aims to develop Filipino children with scientific knowledge, skills, and values. So the main goal of the SSES project is to cultivate a new generation of Filipino children with a passion for science. So, the project aims to lay a strong foundation for students to pursue further studies and careers and to contribute the scientific advancement and become critical thinkers. Science and health subject tough with longer duration compared to other subjects. So, ang SSES project is naa siya subject na science and health na ginataf nila with longer duration of time compared sa uban na subject, which is ginatudlo nila sa grade 1 to grade 6, and then ang grade 1 to grade 3 is ginatudluan nila og 70 minutes and then 80 minutes sa grade 3, grade 4 to grade 6. Because ang gusto sa SSES, gusto sa mga teachers is ma-ensure na ang mga students is na ay deeper understanding about the science concept. So, SSES curriculum utilizes different instructional approaches to cater to different learning styles and needs such as investigative projects. So, ang ginakater sa mga teacher before, ang ilang ginatudlo sa mga students is mga different instructional approaches. Which is ang katong investigative projects. When we say investigative projects, katong mga na hands-on experiments, group project, and observation. Then, ang makover ng mga topics is focus lang sila mga simple na mga topics such as observation, like ilang i-observe ang plant growth, animals behavior, ang weather patterns, and simple machines, and the human body. Quezon City Regional Science High School. Quezon City Regional Science High School was established on September 17, 1967 as Quezon City Science High School. So originally, it was named Quezon City Science High School. It was turned into a regional science high school for the National Capital Region in 1999. So, na-declared po siya sa DepEd Order number 58 na ang Quezon City Science High School is mahimong Quezon City Regional Science High School. So, the school was established to provide specialized education for talented students in science and mathematics. So, the purpose of a science high school is to provide opportunities for students with high aptitudes in science and mathematics. Nganong well-known or famous ang Quezon City Regional Science High School? Because kanina school is considered one of the top science high school in the Philippines. So, daghan kay silang mga academic achievements, which is na madaog sila with be in a variety of subject including biology, physics, and chemistry. And kanina school is nag-offer sila og senior high school program, which is na sila STEM o EBM na track.
Since we are done discussing Quezon City Regional Science High School, let's proceed to the next science high school here in the Philippines, which is the Manila Science High School. The school was established on October 1, 1963. It is the first science high school here in the Philippines. The organization and curriculum of the school puts more emphasis on science and mathematics. So the Manila Science High School is wala na siya nag-focus sa science, but it also focuses on the field of mathematics. It aims to produce scientists with souls, and the school administers an entrance exam, the Manila Science High School Admission Test or the EDSAT, to those students who wish to enroll. So for example, here sa SPAMAS, so natay entrance exam, if makapasar ka sa entrance exam, so makaproceed ka sa board program ng course. Just like sa Manila Science High School, na sila entrance exam, magitawag na Manila Science High School Admission Test or EDSAT. So EDSAT or the Manila Science Admission Test is na siya 5 parts. The first one is the aptitude in science, the aptitude test in mathematics, and problem-solving test in science, problem-solving test in mathematics, and proficiency in English. So ang first part sa EDSAT test the aptitude in science. The questions is related to science, and the second part is the aptitude test in mathematics. So, na mga questions na related sa mathematics. And then, sa part 3 is the problem solving test in science. So, na po yung mga questions dito na related sa problem science test sa science. And then, part 4 is the problem solving test in mathematics. Na yung mga questions dito na related siya sa problem solving sa mathematics. And then, dili mawala sa mga test is ang part 5, which is the proficiency in English. So, the next science school here in the Philippines is the Central Visayas Institute Foundation. A brief history about the foundation of this school. In 1925, an American educator, Mr. Fred Warner, opened a secondary school in Duero. The name of the school is the American Filipino High School because mga faculty sa kanang school is Americans and Filipinos. And in 1933, ang Filipino-American High School is na-recognize siya sa government. In July 2002, with the approval of the American-Filipino faculties, so na ang American-Filipino High School before is gi-rename nila and gi-convert nila into Central Visayas Institute Foundation. And noon na, diyan na nag-evolve ang Central Visayas Institute Foundation. So the Central Visayas Institute Foundation, it is the home and pioneer of the prominent school-based innovation known as the Dynamic Learning Program. So ang Central Visayas Institute Foundation, sila jud ang original or sila ang pioneer sa school-based innovation na ginatawag na Dynamic Learning Program. The Dynamic Learning Program, or the DLP, is a synthesis of classical and modern pedagogical theories adapted to foster the highest level of learning, creativity, and productivity. Ang DLP, or the Dynamic Learning Program, is mauna siya ang mga synthesis. In 1992, the school takes pride in its research center for Theoretical Physics, or the RCTP. So sa 1992 dira na ang school is Research Center for Theoretical Physics. Nakabuhat sila og isa ka research center para sa theoretical physics. To summarize lesson 3, this lesson focused on the concept of Philippine science education and introduce science education in the Philippines in basic education to tertiary education. To promote science education, science schools established to develop gifted students in the field of science and mathematics, such as Philippine Science High School System, Manila Science High School, Quezon City Regional Science High School, and the Central Visayas Institute Foundation are schools which promote science programs and projects were organized and developed to nurture the innovation in science in the country and to encourage individuals to pursue careers and research in science and technology.
Again, good day everyone. And now let's proceed to the lesson 4, which is the indigenous science and technology in the Philippines. But before that, let me read first the learning objectives. So at the end of this lesson, the students should be able to discuss the concept of science and identify the contribution of indigenous science in the development of science and technology in the Philippines. So indigenous knowledge system. What is indigenous knowledge system? It is the integrated epistemological system taught through indigenous teaching that support an understanding of an interconnected world and our place within it. So indigenous knowledge system. It is embedded in the daily life experience of a young children as they grow up. So they live and grow in a society where the member of a family is prominently practices the indigenous knowledge. So the parents and their older folks, it is served as the first teacher, and their methods of teaching are the effective in transmitting cultural knowledge and their mind. So as we know man nga, pagulutang nga ang parents nato or ang ato ang guardian, it is kanang sila jud ang nagmatuto sa ato since we are born in this world. So sila ang naka-witness kung unsa ang mga ato ang kamatasan nga ato ang agian sa ato ang matag-adlaw nga mga ginabuhat, sila jud ang naka-witness ana. And also sa ilang kinaingon nga kung unsa ang imong batasan nga imong ginapakita, kung unsa imong pag-respect sa ubang tao is gikan jud daw na siya sa balay. So this lesson comprised of good values and life stories of a people and their daily life struggles. So their views about nature, reflections in the daily life experience, it is evident siya nga in their stories, poems, and songs. Ginarelate nila ang ilang daily life experience into kanang magkuhan silang stories, into a song, kanang magkuhan silang poems, ingana ang mga kanang ilang ginabuhat sa una. So, there are examples of indigenous knowledge system. It is predicting weather conditions and seasons, using knowledge and observing animals' behavior and celestial bodies. So, as we know man sa una is, wala pa dyan ka ng technology. Dili like karon ng panahon na. Wala pa dyan nga sa una. Gina-predict lang nila, wala pa yung orasan sa una, wala pa yung kanang kuan, wala pa yung newscasters, wala pa yung mga kuan about sa weather. Ang ilaha lang is, kanang gina-predict nila, ingana pero sa una kanang pag ang sun is nadi sa kuan, ingana lang orasa. So, kanang kuan, yung ilahang ginakuan, pag ingani ang kanang kuan kay kamatay din sa mga hayop, ingani nga season. And using herbal medicine, preserving foods, kay kanang kuan, kinangyakuan silang mga, wala pa man dyan mga paracetamol, mga Bigestic, wala pa man dyan na ingana sa una. Ang ilahan dyan ginakuan is ang mga herbal plants which is ginagamit nila as their medicine. Like for example, anang ino nila kanang tawa-tawa, which is kanang ginatambal daw na siya for kanang ubuhon. So, ang tawa-tawa is, it is a herbal plant na ilang ginagamit para pang-cure sa mga tao nga naisakit or na mga ubo, mga anak. And classifying plants and animals into families and group based on cultural properties, preserving and selecting good seeds for planting. So, ang sa una po daw is kanang gakuan sila nga if ani ni siya, kani siya nga kuan kay harvesting ni siya nga day, kani nga month. Kunya if kanang ani na is gina-celebrate nila ang kaning balimurag pasasalamat nila nga kanang good harvest ning adlaw, nindot ang kanang kuan syempre sa adlaw. And using indigenous technology and in daily life. So, indigenous technology, it refers to the skills, knowledge, and resource passed down through generations of indigenous people. So, kanang mga sa unang kanang mga experience is ga-exist gihapon na lang gihapon siya kanang pipila nga ga-exist gihapon karong panahon na. And wala siya ang kanang ang uban is ginagamit lang gihapon nila, ginakuan lang gihapon nila, gatuo sila ni ana, and building local irrigation systems, classifying different types of soil for planting based on cultural properties, producing wines and juice from tropical fruits, and keeping the custom of growing plants and vegetables in the yard. So, sa una is, kusog kayo sila magtanong sa ilahang kanang kuan, sa ilang backyard, gatanong ng mga kanang kuan, gulay, kanang mga flowers. Karon gihapon is, naagihapon yung mga people nga practice ana siya kanang, if wala kay yuta, so, pwede ka mamuha og kanang sako, butangan ng yuta, and tamnan ng plants. So that makakuan ka nga, pag abot sa panahon ana mo, dako siya is na kay ma-harvest, na kay makuha, na kay makaon. And that's what kanang ang mga system gihapon sa mga indigenous system knowledge gihapon sa una is naa gihapon siya ga-exist gihapon siya hangtod karon. Pipila lang pero kanang as we all know man nga daghan na kanang kuan nga kanang mga technology ginagamit about kanang magbuhat ng mga kuan kanang ginakuha ng pagkaon unsa ang pagbuhat na may mga technology nagakuan pero as we know man gihapon na among gihapon ga kanang kuan gihapon gagamit anang indigenous technology ilahang kuan nga gina-experience nila gihapon in everyday life nila.
Right, let's proceed to the next topic, which is the indigenous science. When we say indigenous science, it's kay pasabot. What does it mean? Ato sang tungaon. So when we say indigenous, it is a tribe living in a particular area or individuals living in a particular area, and science is an inquiry. So when we say inquiry, it involves theories, experimentations. So basically, in indigenous science, it is the knowledge of the indigenous people. And according to Agreben et al., it is part of the indigenous knowledge system, or the IKS, which practiced by different parts of people and early civilization. So different tribes, different cultures, different belief systems. So way back in ancient time, natawag pa nato ang mga early civilizations ng mga nomads because they are departing from one place to another place for survival because of the resources. Kung example, mabasa sa ka-place tapos which abundant sa kanang mga resources, then from time to time mahurot na siya nga resources, ubalay na ba sa other place. And here comes about ang time nga because of their interaction with the environment, so naka-learn sila nga pwede dito magtanong. So muna to ang time nga they build their own structures, mga houses and plant, and then di na start ang agriculture. According to Pawilin in 2005, yung states niya nga it includes complex arrays of knowledge, expertise, practices, and representations which guide human societies sa interaction sa environment. And for example, Ifugao people, ang pinaka-famous ito is ang Banawe Rice Terraces. So because of the interaction with their environment, knowledge nga ilang nakuha sa interaction sa ilang environment, so na-build nila ang Banawe Rice Terraces. And sa expertise in terms sa pag-cultivate sa rice and also ang practices na po nila, so Banawe Rice Terraces is a representations of Ifugao people na siya. And syempre we're in the Philippines, so agriculture, yan nag-start ang agriculture sa medicine using mga plants to treat illnesses since wala may doktor sa una. So ang naalang sila is resources nga makita silang palibot and untested by yapod naming and explaining phenomena. So sa una, it's mere observation nga bugnaw lagi kasi mulan, pag mulan magbaha, ana mga scenarios and strategies of survival. Of course, grabe hardship na sa una, and through that hardship, from ang mga learnings na sa mga kanya-kanyang strategies because of that. Next is according to Johnston, so ang indigenous beliefs daw, ang mga katutubong naniniwala, also develop desirable values. So mga values nga to learn science and doing science. So these scientific attitudes are, first is motivating attitudes, second cooperating attitudes, third is practical attitudes, and fourth is reflective attitudes. So motivating attitudes, despite lagi sa hardship nga lang na experience, So they are motivated enough to learn, to adjust, and cooperating attitudes. Of course, as in a tribe, it is better to be in a teamwork. So just like for example, in hunting season, so kailangan sila teamwork para makasurvive sila, para na sila food in order to survive. Since they are more exposed to the environment, so ang ilahang mga decisions is praktikalan. The way sila mag-decisions, gamay si Piat, deads, reflective attitudes. So, from time to time, interaction with it. Kasi mga learnings, mga new evidences, and they are reflective enough to open with that informations. Let's just say, sa tools. Siyempre, from stone, and na-learn nila nga, mas better mo gamit og bronze nga tools. And mas better mo gamit og iron nga tools. And mas better pag metal. According to CBC 2004, state siya nga, ang indigenous science provides the basics of astronomy. Since way back nga, they are a fan of observation. Observing celestial bodies. The stars, the sun and the moon, and pharmacology. So when we say pharmacology, from merely studying the medicinal plant to technology. So from preserving foods, from sa cave nga sangit lang nila, and metallurgy manang it includes mga metal tools which were derived from traditional knowledge and practices. So in 2006, si Pawilin nag-create siyang simple framework to deepen understand the indigenous science. So according to him, indigenous science is composed of traditional knowledge guided by community and values that uses science process. Okay, let's start with science process skills. So just like what I've said, nabilong diri ang in learning science, of course, first thing is observe. Then make hypotheses. Then a series of tests or experimentation. Then bago ta mag-arise og conclusion. Of course, they are guided by community, culture, and values. First is land is the source of life. We as human being, we are too dependent from mutalas oxygen. If there's no presence of oxygen, then we can't survive. If there's no food, we can't survive. Second is as Earth, we call it Mother Earth. It is our origin. If there's no Earth, so wala ta. Wala ta exist. We are all connected. So living things, non-living things are all connected and interdependent. So just like the phrases of no man is an island. Hindi tayo mabuhay kita lang. So we need to socialize other people. Human beings are stewards or trustee of the land. So it is our responsibility to take care of Mother Earth. And nature is a friend, but human beings is not a friend of nature. Why? Because human beings is also the factor destroying our must take care of our environment. And the third is it is composed of traditional knowledge. First is ethnobiology. Second is ethnomedicine or indigenous farming methods. And last is the folk astronomy. To sum it up, indigenous science is important because it gave birth to the development of science and technology. Gamay mo siyang field and also a discipline. And that ends our topic this day, and God bless us all.